We are making Chinese 5-spice red cabbage slaw today. This is something that we add to all our salads, burritos, and vitality bowls. The biggest chore is getting the cabbage sliced, so we use a food processor. You can also chop it by hand or use a mandolin. I find having the cabbage a little bit thinner is a little bit easier to work with, and that's why we prefer the food processor. You can see now we're adding lime juice. Lime juice has an acid quality, which is actually going to affect the anthocyanins in the red cabbage and turn it a bright, brilliant pink. This is a great experiment with young kids in the kitchen. Now, once we have the acid in there, it actually starts a little bit of the breakdown process of the cabbage, which will make it a little bit easier to digest. But we're going to add some additional things that are going to help us to be able to digest it. First is Chinese 5-spice. 5-spice is a blend of cinnamon, fennel, star anise, peppercorns, and cloves. It is fantastic. Next, we're going to add a little bit of salt, which is actually part of the beginning of how fermentation begins. We're not actually going to ferment this, but it may just a little by the nature of the salt added. A little apple cider vinegar for some additional flavor profile. Next, we're going to chop up our herbs, which will be parsley and cilantro. Now, you can mix this up depending on what you have, but this recipe is pretty flexible. We'll add some grated ginger, which is a wonderful addition for the fresh, pungent quality. Again, helping some with digestion. I use a hand grater. You could finely dice it as well. Next step is to dice up your mint, and then we're going to mix all these herbs into the cabbage mixture. These actually blend very nicely and can sit in the fridge for several days without going off. Once you've mixed it, it's ready to go and add to anything that you like. Bowls, burritos, tacos. The sky's the limit with this wonderful recipe. Thanks for joining.